Former daytime host Wendy Williams slams conservatorship in rare interview. Britney Spears isn't the only mainstream celebrity who's had to struggle through a court-ordered conservatorship, as former daytime talk show host Wendy Williams has been living under a similar order since 2022. Williams, who was previously diagnosed with aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, is speaking out in a rare interview in which she says that her guardianship makes it feel like she's living in a prison. Due to her high-profile status and how much media exposure the story received, when most people think of conservatorship, their minds go straight to Britney Spears. Following a troubling period in her life, Spears was put under a conservatorship overseen by her father, and for a while, it seemed like it was the best choice for the mega superstar. She began selling massive amounts of records again, she went on world tours, and she had a Vegas residency that sold out regularly. On the flip side of that, Spears lost control of her life and couldn't make basic decisions on her own. Her fans took notice of this and started the #FreeBritney movement, which played a big part in that conservatorship coming to an end after 13 years. During an appearance on The Breakfast Club, via Variety, Williams spoke out candidly against the guardianship she has been living under since 2023. Last year, Williams was diagnosed with aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, the former of which might sound familiar. Actor Bruce Willis was diagnosed with the same condition, which effectively ended his acting career. Despite her diagnosis, Williams asserts that she's not cognitively impaired. Host of The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne tha God, who has long been a friend of Williams, said that the former host of the Wendy Williams show was calling in to let listeners know that she is trapped in a conservatorship and isn't allowed to leave her location, which is why she couldn't be in the studio live. Williams was joined on the line by her niece, Alex Finney, who explained that the facility she's in is high security and that her aunt can only make calls, but relatives can't call her. Finney said, "They won't allow you to leave or have visitors. So you can't even leave and take a walk if you wanted to, or take a trip or visit family members." Wendy Williams has been under a guardianship since 2022. Williams has been in this unknown facility since 2023, when she was placed under the care of a court-appointed guardian named Sabrina Morrissey following allegations that the former talk show host was of unsound mind and could no longer be in charge of her finances. This was taken to New York court, and it resulted in Wells Fargo Bank petitioning to have Williams placed under a temporary financial guardianship to allegedly protect her finances. Finney went on to say Williams' life has been like this since 2023, and they are continuing to try to fight for her freedom. The story was explored in the Lifetime docuseries Where is Wendy Williams, which showcased Williams trying to make a daytime comeback while also putting a focus on her new limitations, which included making it appear that she was showing early signs of being cognitively impaired. The series also drew attention to how hard it is for her own family members to see her, and adds credence to their insistence that the guardianship is shielding them from her. According to Williams, despite the complaints about the guardianship in the docuseries, it was Morrissey's idea to do it. That's what makes it especially weird that Morrissey sued to try to stop the release of the docuseries, but the request was dismissed by a judge. Williams continued by saying what she's going through is essentially emotional abuse. The former talk show host said, "What do I think about being abused? Look, this system is broken, this system that I'm in. This system has falsified a lot. At this facility, Williams' phone has been taken away, and she can't even make her own purchases. She's also afraid that she won't be allowed to attend her father's upcoming 94th birthday in February." Finney said that if anyone out there wants to help her aunt's cause, they can use the #FreeWendy, much like the one Spears fans used during the #FreeBritney movement, and they can donate to a GoFundMe that has been set up by the family. Despite all the talk of Williams' impairment, after listening to the interview, she doesn't sound like someone who doesn't know what's going on. "I'm certainly no medical professional, but she sounds just as alert as she was on her long-running talk show, which ran from 2007 to 2021. If anything, this should be looked into more, especially if she's being wrongly imprisoned and stripped of basic freedoms." Wendy Williams slams guardianship, denies she's cognitively impaired. "Do I seem that way?" In her first interview in years, the former talk show host accused her court-appointed guardian of wanting her to do the controversial Lifetime doc, Where is Wendy Williams? Wendy Williams tearfully calls guardianship prison in new heartbreaking interview. Wendy Williams has spoken out about her current guardianship arrangement in a surprise new interview. Former talk show host Wendy Williams broke down in tears in a new interview as she shared that the current guardianship she is under makes her feel like she is in prison. Williams, 60, has been under a guardianship arrangement after court documents claimed she's become permanently incapacitated. However, in a new surprise interview, which saw her call into Charlemagne the God's Breakfast Club radio show, Williams slammed the arrangement she is living under and her life in a medical facility. In the call, she not only slammed claims she is incapacitated and impaired, and also called life in the undisclosed facility a prison. "You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I am in prison," she said. She also slammed the facility she was in, stating she was in a place with people that were all significantly older than she was. "I'm in this place where the people are in their 90s and their 80s and their 70s. You have to get keys to unlock the door, to press the elevator to go downstairs," she said, also adding that she's been forced to take pills as well. She further called the conditions in the facility emotional abuse. She also broke down in tears claiming she wasn't sure her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, would allow her to go to Miami next month to celebrate her father's 94th birthday. "I'm exhausted thinking about, what if I can't see my dad for his birthday? You know, at 94 the day after that is not promised. It's not promised," she said, breaking down in tears. She also claimed Morrissey has her phone and has kept it for 3 years, and she doesn't even know what type of phone she has, nor does she have a laptop. "This system that I'm in, this system has falsified a lot," she said. Wendy Williams denies she's cognitively impaired, says guardianship feels like I'm in prison. Wendy Williams sobbed on the phone from the New York care facility where she is currently residing, detailing the duress she's been under since entering into a guardianship, in a new interview. "I am not cognitively impaired, you know what I'm saying," she said in an interview on iHeartRadio's The Breakfast Club, Thursday morning, where she was joined by her niece, Alex Finney. In February 2024, Williams' team announced she'd been diagnosed with both progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, FTD. Former daytime host Wendy Williams slams conservatorship in rare interview. Britney Spears isn't the only mainstream celebrity who's had to struggle through a court-ordered conservatorship, as former daytime talk show host Wendy Williams has been living under a similar order since 2022. Williams, who was previously diagnosed with aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, is speaking out in a rare interview in which she says that her guardianship makes it feel like she's living in a prison. Due to her high-profile status and how much media exposure the story received, when most people think of conservatorship, their minds go straight to Britney Spears. Following a troubling period in her life, Spears was put under a conservatorship overseen by her father, and for a while, it seemed like it was the best choice for the mega superstar. She began selling massive amounts of records again, she went on world tours, and she had a Vegas